Le futur simple de l'indicatif. Only the basic easy rules for beginners. Ok? Dans un an, je partirai en voyage. In a year, I will go traveling. Ok? I will go for travel. On va voir ensemble toutes les règles simples. Ok? First of all, le futur simple de l'indicatif, c'est un temps du futur. Right? Sounds obvious. Correct. So it's a time about the future. We are going to talk about future actions that didn't happen yet in the present. Also, c'est un temps de l'écrit. It's very seldom, it's very rare that we use le futur simple when we speak casually to each other in France. Okay. Most of the time, this tense is used for written language, but we're going to go a bit more in detail later. Okay. Par exemple, dans un an, je partirai en voyage. Donc, partirai, c'est le verbe partir, to leave, to go. Okay? Dans un an, je partirai en voyage. In a year, I will go travel. I will leave to travel, basically. Mangera, mangera, c'est le verbe manger, okay? To eat. Tu ne mangeras pas tout. You will not eat everything. Si on le fait ensemble, on sera plus fort. Sera, c'est le verbe être, ok? C'est le verbe être, to be. Si on le fait ensemble, if we do it together, on sera plus fort. We will be more strong, ok? On sera plus fort. We will be stronger. Donc pour commencer, quand utiliser le futur simple? When to use le futur simple. Premièrement, pour parler d'un projet dans l'avenir. So basically, to talk about something that will happen in the future and that didn't happen already. Okay, like it's not like it haven't started yet. It's completely in the future. Par exemple, dans un an, je partirai en voyage. Okay, dans un an, in a year. Okay, right? It's not right now. It's in a year. In a year from now. Dans un an, je partirai en voyage. I will go travel. Pour faire une supposition dans le futur. So, supposition, faire une supposition, it's something like to take a guess about what will happen in the future. Par exemple, quand je dis « Tu ne mangeras pas tout », you will not eat everything. Tu ne mangeras pas tout. For example, let's say I'm eating with a friend and he ordered way too much food. He has a lot of food on his plate. I will tell him, tu ne mangeras pas tout. I cannot know for sure because I don't know about the future, but I'm guessing that he will not eat everything. Okay? Et enfin, dans les phrases de condition, so to express the condition de if. Okay? For example, si on le fait ensemble, on sera plus fort. If we do it together, we will be stronger, right? Si on le fait ensemble, if we do it together, then on sera plus fort. We will be together. So, le futur simple looks a lot like another tense that is le conditionnel, okay? So, be careful not to mistake those two tenses together. I will not go into detail in this video because I want to keep it for beginner level, okay? But yes, it's true that there's another tense called le conditionnel that looks a bit similar to le futur simple, and some of the ways to use them can also be a bit similar sometimes. Alors, you may know le futur proche, and by the way, you should know le futur proche, because in a lot of methods to learn French, usually we learn le futur proche before le futur simple. Okay? Let's look at one sentence. Demain, je mangerai. Tomorrow, I will eat. Demain, je mangerai. This is futur simple. Demain, je vais manger. Tomorrow, I will eat. In my opinion, the way to translate those two sentences in English is the same. Both sentences in English, they mean tomorrow I will eat. But one of them is using le futur simple, one of them is using le futur proche. Okay? You should be familiar with le futur proche. If you don't know anything about futur proche, I suggest you leave this video because you should learn le futur proche before you learn le futur simple. Okay? So from now on, I consider that you already know le futur proche. The thing with futur proche is that when you conjugate le verbe aller, for example, when you say je vais, you're not conjugating aller to the future tense. You're using aller at the present tense, right? Je vais, tu vas, il va, etc. And then the action verb after aller is just not conjugated, is l'infinitive, right? Whereas le futur simple is actually a tense from the future. So basically, when to use futur simple and when to use futur proche. So, if you look online, like if you go on Google and you type when to use futur simple and when to use futur proche, you will find a lot of answers that might be different than mine, okay? The thing is that when you look for this, you will get grammar explanations that to me are not relevant for everyday life, okay? So right now, I'm giving you the real life French explanation about when to use futur simple or futur proche. The main explanation is that honestly, nowadays for casual conversation, we almost never use futur simple, ok? Donc futur simple, premièrement, c'est plutôt à l'écrit. Usually, we use futur simple for writing, okay? But for writing, still in a very fancy context, ok? Dans un contexte très soutenu. Le futur simple, c'est très formel, c'est très soutenu. It is very formal. If you use it orally when you speak, it's very, very formal, very, very fancy. If you use it like to write, either it's in a book and then it's normal. Either if you use it when you text your friends, for example, it's still very, very formal and very fancy. Okay? Sometimes we can also consider that you use le futur simple for actions that are very far in the past, in the future, maybe like in 10 years, in a year, in 5 years, this kind of stuff. But I don't fully 100% agree with this explanation. Le futur proche, it's way, way, way more common to use it casually with your friends, with your family, orally, and when you text in a casual context, like when you write messages to your friends, for example, okay? It's way less formal, and sometimes you might find that it's for actions that are a bit closer in the past. This is why it is called le futur proche, okay? Le futur proche, it's like the nearby future. But basically, just remember that futur simple, c'est très soutenu, très formel, et c'est plutôt écrit. Futur proche, c'est très courant, très informel, très avec les amis, avec la famille et à l'oral. Okay? This is my real life explanation. Now, going to the conjugaison. The conjugaison of le futur simple, en réalité, c'est très facile. Et ça, c'est la bonne nouvelle de la vidéo. Actually, it's very, very easy to conjugate le futur simple. Usually, we distinguish les verbes du premier groupe, les verbes du deuxième groupe et les verbes du troisième groupe et les verbes irréguliers. Ouais. For le futur simple, almost every verb is conjugated in the same way. So, we just distinguish les verbes réguliers et les verbes irréguliers. Okay? The thing about le futur simple is that you just take l'infinitif du verbe. Okay? L'infinitif du verbe, it's the verb not conjugated. Et tu rajoutes et, a, on et ont. Okay? Par exemple, because it's like you need to have an example like this. Le verbe aimer, to love, okay? J'aimerais, tu aimeras, il, elle, on aimera, nous aimerons, vous aimerez, ils aimeront, elles aimeront. If you can see here, on a bien le verbe aimer en entier. Hein. You have the full verb aimer. And then, after aimer, you put la terminaison. Donc, j'aimerais AI, tu aimeras AS, il, elle, on aimera A, nous aimerons ONS, vous aimerez EZ, ils, elles aimeront ONT. Okay? And every time, you don't remove the ER, you put the whole verb entirely and you put la terminaison After. OK? Par exemple, dans un an, vous aimerez cet endroit. In 1 year, you will love this place. OK? Donc, aimer, c'est un verbe du premier groupe. Ouais? Maintenant, si je prends finir, OK? Finir, c'est un verbe du deuxième groupe. Et pourtant, la conjugaison, c'est exactement pareil. Even though finir is a verb from the second group, conjugation is exactly the same. Je finirai, tu finiras, il, elle, on finira, nous finirons, vous finirez, il, elle finiront. Ok? Par exemple, tu finiras par t'y habituer. You will get used to it. Ok? You will get used to it. Tu finiras par t'y habituer. And now, the thing that is absolutely incredible, if I take, for example, sentir, qui est un verbe du troisième groupe, right? Sentir is not from the second group, it's from the third group, and yet still exactly the same. Sorry, I spit on my. Sorry. Still is exactly the same conjugation. Je sentirai, donc sentir, to smell, okay, or to feel. Je sentirai, I will smell. Tu sentiras, il, elle, on sentira. Nous sentirons, vous sentirez, il, elle sentiront. Exactly the same, even though these are verbs from group number 1, number 2 and number 3. Par exemple, il sentira très bon après son bain. He will smell very good after his bath. You can say this about a dog, for example, you know, like you're giving your dog a bath and you say, il sentira très bon après son bain. Okay? Now, the trick to this is that there are a lot of verbs irreguliers, okay? You have a lot of verbs that are irregular and they don't follow the exact rule. The thing is that, to be honest, there are not so many verbs that are irregulier, but a lot of the verbs that are very, very common and that we use all the time, they are irregulier, okay? Like, for example, être et avoir, and I will go to this right now, okay? So, I will show you 4 cases of verbes irréguliers that are very important. Numéro 1, les verbes qui se terminent en RE. So, for most, not all of them, but for most of the verbs ending with RE, the only thing you have to do is to remove E. Okay? Par exemple, vendre, so to sell. Je vendrai. As you can see, it's following here the same conjugation as before, but we just removed the E from vendre. That's all, that's it. Je vendrai. Tu vendras. Il, elle, on vendra. Nous vendrons. Vous vendrez. Ils, elles vendront. Par exemple, il vendra bientôt sa maison. He will sell his house soon. Or if you prefer, soon he will sell his house. Okay? Il vendra bientôt sa maison. Donc ça, c'est pour les verbes en RE. Maintenant, très important, numéro 2, les verbes être et avoir. You know, these ones, they are always irregulier anyway, and it's like, there's really no logic at all behind them. You just have to learn them by heart and that's it. And, you know, no choice. That's how it is. Donc, être, je serai, tu seras, il, elle, on sera, nous serons, vous serez, ils seront, elles seront. So, I will be, you will be, he will be, etc., etc. Par exemple, je serai bientôt millionnaire. I will be millionaire soon. Or, if you prefer, soon I will be a millionaire. Avoir, j'aurai, tu auras, il, elle, on aura, nous aurons, vous aurez, ils, elles auront. Par exemple, elle aura 83 ans le mois prochain. She will be 83 years old the next month. Ok? C'est bien. Maintenant, numéro 3. It's just a verb, but we use it so much, this one. It's such an important verb that I wanted to put it in the video. Le verbe aller, to go, is also un verbe irrégulier, as you know. Donc, aller, we say j'irai, tu iras, il, elle, on ira, nous irons, vous irez, ils, elles iront. Par exemple, j'irai te voir l'année prochaine. I will come see you next year. Or I will go see you next year. Ok? C'est bien. Et maintenant, le cas numéro 4. Because I want to keep the video simple and if you really want to do a list of every individual case of verb irrégulier, you need to do a 5-hour long video, which is not my point here at all. So I highly suggest that every time you wonder about the conjugation of a verb, you just go to Google, you write conjugueur, like this here, you go to any website, even though my favorite is le conjugueur lefigaro.fr. I think it's my favorite just because I'm used to it. I don't even think it's like technically better than the others, but anyway. And then you can see here, for example, conjugaison du verbe voir, futur simple, je verrai, tu verras. You can see that this one is completely irregular. Now there's 2R, VER, etc. Bref, for every other verb, I encourage you to use a website conjugueur because that's also how we do in France when we don't know, right? Like you cannot... Anyway, if you're learning the language, it's just impossible that you know and that you remember the spelling of every single verb irrégulier for every single tense, right? So at some point, you have to use a website like this or an application like this. OK? Et maintenant, on peut faire des exercices. On va faire 3 exercices comme ça. OK, we're going to do 3 exercises like this. All the sentences here, I didn't write them myself. I shamelessly took them on a website called Lingolia. So the link is here. You go to Google, you write futur simple exercice Lingolia, and you will find the same sentences, okay? Because, I think these are good examples. So every time you write down, so if I might ask you, I suggest that you use your notebook and you write down the whole sentences on your notebook, okay? You just don't write the verbs, you write down the whole sentences, then you try to read them, and then when I give you the answer, first you listen if your pronunciation was correct, then you try to repeat the sentence after me, and then you check that your conjugation was correct, okay? So for every sentence, you put here in the blank the right conjugation of the verb in parentheses. C'est bon? Si c'est bon, alors c'est parti. Demain, je finirai de lire cette bande dessinée. Tomorrow, I will finish reading this comic book. La semaine prochaine, il visitera le nouveau musée. Next week, he will visit the new museum. Tu prendras un thé. You will take a tea. Or in this context, it means you will order a tea. Nous resterons un jour de plus. We will stay one more day. Juliette et Camille prépareront le repas. Juliette et Camille will prepare the dinner or the lunch, the meal basically. OK? Même exercice avec des mots plus difficiles, avec des verbes plus difficiles, pardon. C'est bon? Let's go. Quand est-ce que tu seras à Paris? When will you be in Paris? La bibliothèque fermera pendant les vacances. The library will close during the holiday. Dans un mois, ils partiront à Bordeaux. In a month, they will leave to Bordeaux. À mon anniversaire, j'aurai plein de cadeaux. For my birthday, I will have a lot of gifts, a lot of presents. La semaine prochaine, vous modèlerez une sculpture. I don't know how to say modèlerai en anglais. Next week, you will shape a sculpture. OK? Dernier, last exercise, always the same with difficult verbs. C'est bon? C'est parti. Est-ce que vous irez à la piscine en été? Will you go to the swimming pool during the summer? Le week-end prochain, ils courront un marathon. Next weekend, they will run a marathon. Mardi prochain, nous pourrons nous rencontrer. Next Tuesday, we will be able to meet, basically. Le médecin emploiera une nouvelle infirmière en septembre. The doctor will hire a new nurse in September. Demain, je me pèserai. Tomorrow, I will weigh myself. Ok? C'est tout. C'est tout pour aujourd'hui. Congratulations for doing all the exercises if you did, and congratulations especially if you wrote down the full sentences on your notebook. Ok? Ciao mon pote.